Hello, everyone. Start. I'm going to try and get this to 5 minutes because I could just waffle. And I was even going to put some things on the screen to give you something to watch. But instead, I'm just going to talk. Should you train when you're sick? This popped in my head the other day on Thursday, 2 days ago, during training because I started getting a sore stomach. The reason for the sore stomach was food into coffee, into sitting, into pre workout, into log, and it just wasn't. I finished the log and I started to do my accessories and other work, and I could tell that I just needed to like lay down and breathe and do stuff like that. And I started pushing on, I started pushing through, and then I went outside to get some breaths, and it's just a bit of a stomach pain. I knew it would go away eventually, but I lost concentration and I couldn't concentrate on the workout. And I just thought, there's no point. I just knew there was no point continuing the session, so I stopped. Didn't really have to think too much about it at all. And I thought, see, I've already lost a minute. I thought there would have been a point in time, probably back in the day, where I'd push through or I'd keep training, lower the weights, or find something to do just to train. Whereas now I'd see that as a backward step, and I find it very easy to stop. Now, that's one type of sickness. The main type of sickness I wanted to talk about was flu, cold and sickness, sniffles, headaches, stuff like that. Should you train? I'm going to try and be pretty direct with this. As always, there's nuance with these type of questions, but I don't want to give a bunch of maybes. So the answer is no, you shouldn't train when sick. When I say training, when we're talking about training for the point of this video, I'm imagining using the term as if we've got a future goal. We've got a comp coming up. Let's say the comp is in a month, or you've got a goal to deadlift X amount of weight this year. Should you do something today? Should you train in order to reach this goal over here? Okay. If you're sick, I'm telling you now, if let's say when you're at your sickest, you can't even be bothered, right? You just know it. But let's say you've got the sniffles, it's just kind of ending, maybe still got a headache, you're not sleeping well. The point of training is to disrupt homeostasis. Is the point of training is to your baseline here. We're going to either push your nervous system or push your muscles to a point where they go down here and then they recover. Okay. If you are already operating down here, how are you going to push your muscles to a point of exhaustion? How are you going to do anything to disrupt homeostasis when you're already at a lower frequency, you're at a lower level of energy? How are you going to push yourself in order to get a response to be stronger from it? You can't. So there's your answer. If your goal is to deadlift this much, you know you need to be deadlifting around here a lot of the time, and you allow for recovery. If your deadlift's down around here because you're sick, don't even bother. Just wait until you're back up here. That should be the end of the video. I'm going to keep talking for 2 more minutes though. So training versus exercise. So sometimes to speed up, I don't know if you can speed up a sickness, but sweating can be good, movement can be good. So you might want to go exercise, walking, if you're into jogging, I guess, or riding. You can move your body. If you feel like you can move your body, some light training, some light exercise or something like that, if that feels like something you can do and it feels enjoyable, then I think that's okay. But that's not training, because that's not getting you closer, lifting wise, towards your goal. Okay, so if you're sick, just be sick. If you want to get over the sickness faster, you have to rest, trust your body. Battling against your body to try and get it to recover from sickness and recover from training and push hard, you're just fighting too many battles. So if you're sick, stay home. Don't train from home. I know a lot of people just don't want to go to gyms because they're worried about spreading germs and stuff like that. I don't believe that you get sick from germs and that germs can be spread person to person and stuff like that. But it's still gross, I guess, watching someone cough and splutter over everything. So stay home, be sick. If you're ever like so tired, or like I had that little gut thing the other day, if you can't be in your body, like fully focused within the body and push pretty hard, the session's over. As soon as you lose that concentration, for me, and I can't be in my muscles and in the body, the session's over. So when you're training, the idea is to be in your body, to be pushing near as hard as you can. I'm not saying every session needs to be absolutely brutal and every set needs to be brutal, but there needs to be focus, and you need to be relatively at baseline health in order to push the body. If you're down here, you're not going to be able to push. There's just no point. You're going to be sicker for longer, and the training is almost useless. It's futile. So if you're sick, go be sick. If you're not feeling a session, This is what I learnt the other day, or what I proved to myself that I've learnt the other day. If you're not feeling a session and you're just not into it, you're not feeling it. I tried for a little while, so I'd recommend try your next set, try your next exercise. But if you're just not feeling it and your mind is elsewhere, for training purposes, bail. Okay? If you can't push hard and focus, bail. I'm not talking about exercise for endorphins. I'm not talking about exercise for joint health. You can still go do those things. You might be able to exercise because you can go walk and be stressed, and you can go do swimming and you're not fully focused, and there's still benefits to it. But as far as training for this goal that I said that's up here, deadlifting X amount or something like that, you got to have focus in the gym. You got to be relatively baseline health. Thanks for listening, guys. 5:42. Not too bad for me. Cheers, guys.